Und los.
All right, so guys, hello, and today I'm sitting here with the CEO of OMNIA, Christian Michael Scheibener, and I brought some questions with me. So I'm going to do a short interview with him just to see his answers to the questions. So if you like, you can introduce yourself first, and then we start right away, okay?
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Bernd, for having me here and for giving me the possibility to talk a little bit about Omnia and obviously our product and our vision, of course. So myself, I'm the CEO and the co-founder of Omnia. And I've been in multi-level marketing, I would say, in the industry for the last 5 years. And I've been studying economics and I have a technical background too. So that's it. That's why we're here. So, and we're having keen targets for the next years.
Okay, so my first question would be, how did it come to the Omnia project? Was it planned a long time ago, or was it more like a spontaneous idea, or what was the idea behind it? You said, okay, let's do it.
To be honest, it's not a long planned idea, because we have been in the same industry before and have been seeing lots of companies coming and going away in quite the fast pace, I would say. So if you can say in the last 3 years, I've seen 10 companies that have been there 1, maximum 2 years. And everything has been like a little bit like hype, like in the investment branch, investment MLM. So I think the time is absolutely right at the moment for a company that is a little bit more transparent, stable, and that tries to be a long-term company. And of course, blockchain technology and everything is the highest peak at the moment to start with. And we had the possibility with my co-founder, because he obviously has the biggest contacts to NVIDIA, to Sapphire Tech, CoinTet, and obviously to Genesis Mining. And it was quite a nice idea from Genesis Mining to do something together, because they obviously want to grow. They are the biggest cloud miner in the world, but of course the Chinese market is much more bigger. So they need definitely to step up a little bit, because they have keen targets too. They want to develop more. They are very skilled. They have a very high education regarding blockchain and mining, of course. And obviously we are pros related to building up networks. And of course, if you can build a strong and big network, you can collect a lot of money that you can, of course, put in your project. And of course, obviously in the mining, what we do with Genesis Mining together, so everybody will benefit. And the biggest benefit will be at our developers, of course, distributors, because they get the full power of ourselves, of course. But the biggest advantage definitely is the so skilled board of Genesis Mining, because they obviously are the superstars in the market, and they know how to mine, they know how to mod graphic cards, they know how to get more out of a rig. So they are constantly doing research and development on mining rigs and everything. They have a research and development department in China, for example, recently opened. So they are massive. And of course, we could be with them. So we are the small part of that project, I would say, because Genesis Mining is obviously, is the big brother.
Okay, so yeah, you already answered my next question, because my next question would have been why Genesis Mining? But I think you already answered that one in the in this answer. And the cooperation with Genesis Mining, as I understood, is like kind of a win-win situation. Yeah, so basically, like, you have a strong partner, and they can grow. Yeah, grow also their network. And did I understand correctly?
Yeah, of course. So obviously Genesis Mining could work with everybody in the world, and they by themselves have over 700,000 clients. So I think they are collecting 3 million per day or something like this. So it's basically, I think, 1 billion a year. So they are very big. But even this is small, because it's only 1% of the market capitalization of the whole industry. And again, if you go to Antminer or something like this, so they collect even lot of more money. And you and I, we are not even able to mine with Antminer. Only the Chinese government and some private people are mining with Antminer. So what I wanted to say is they of course provide the mining farms, but the hardware, the software we own, OMNIA owns, But Genesis Mining gives the expertise, the maintenance. They have 300 people working 24/7 for them. They're very skilled. So this is obviously the team that they have. It's obviously something that you can't buy if you have now every money in the world. You can't buy it because this is expertise that they have been building up for the last 3.5 years. So this is something is not payable. And this is the biggest part, and this is what they provide. So we are buying the hardware, software, and they are providing the maintenance, the full service and everything, the hosting of our rigs in the mining farms. And we have some further projects together, of course.
Okay. May I ask what these further projects will be?
You can ask, but I can't answer.
Okay, good. So keep it as a surprise, basically.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's too early, because we have not even started, because we are in the pre-launch phase of Omnia. So I think it would be like arrogant and maybe stupid to talk about further things if we not even really have started. So I don't feel good.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So since we have been talking now about mining companies, and obviously there are like plenty of them on the market, be it with an MLM or just normal cloud miners where you can like buy hash rate and so on.
Of course.
My question would be, what makes you special? And also, like, what is the difference in Omnia with other mining providers or mining service providers? We don't have to name them now. So
no problem. So what we cannot compare directly is something. So you can, of course, go to a cloud miner, to another cloud miner in the world, maybe in the States, China, Europe, wherever you want, and you can buy hash power. But you can't earn so much money with them, obviously, because they have no network behind it. So we can't compare Omnia and them, because Omnia, of course, needs to pay commission and everything like this and needs to provide the network. So it's a little bit different. But we have real lifetime mining. This is something very unique, very special, because there are some people and some companies out there that provide, tell you that they have lifetime mining, but they don't, because they all have terms and conditions, and in the terms and conditions there's always like, if your coin that you have been elected is not profitable anymore, we stop mining. And if you know, for example, Ethereum, so ETH, very successful. The Ethereum blockchain is very, very huge, so you can do smart contracts with this. So this is not only a payment solution like Bitcoin. This is something that will be definitely in the next years in our lives, because we will maybe replace notaries or something, because we will buy houses about the Ethereum blockchain, or cars, or whatever there is. So, but the mining difficulty is very, very high at the moment. And we have a growth of the mining difficulty from the first part of the year of 30%. Alone in the last 3 weeks, I would say 20% difficulty increase at Ethereum. So the difficulty bomb obviously is now is pushed away for, I think, 16 months. But then the experts say maybe ETH is not mineable anymore, because not anymore profitable. And if you have a contract with other companies, then the mining stops. And if you step in now in another company, in 16 months, your money is away, no mining, congrats. This is no lifetime mining. And at Omnia, we will switch to the next profitable coin for you. So you are not able to elect. This is something that what we do, what not even we decide, because this is definitely the part of Genesis. They have the expertise, they have the experts, analysts in the back, who say this is the next coin, this is the coin which is very, very profitable, and we will switch to this coin, and you go on with the same hash rate lifetime. This is lifetime. This is our understanding of lifetime mining. Obviously, there are 2 clauses that would prevent our company from harm. This means if there's no mining at all anymore, and there's no coin on the whole market which is profitable to mine. This is the only thing when we would stop mining. But I would say we have really a lifetime of a minimum 8 to 10 years, because this is something where all the experts say this is definitely the lifetime of mining minimum. Maybe we will mine 50 to 100 years. So maybe not you and me, but somebody else. It can happen. But I think the next 10 years, the future is for regarding the blockchain technology and mining is quite bright. This is because we are at the start. This is for sure. So it has not even started yet. It gets popular.
Yeah. I think one very, very special point will be like in 2 days on Monday, where some partners and also you are going to Iceland to visit the mining facilities. Yes. And you talked in the beginning about like a lot of past projects that failed, where people probably lost money or had some bad experience in that, or build up a huge network of people, and suddenly the network was gone, so they had to move these people into another network. So a question that pops up very, very often is, why is Omnia now a long-term company? Why?
Yeah. This is a very good question, because when we planned Omnia, this was definitely something where I said, if I'm a part of the team and responsible for a certain part, like the distributors, I want definitely to have a non-snowball company. And the definition of snowball is, if a company needs always new people to enter to pay the existing network, then this is a snowball, obviously. And this is something what Omnia is not, because our commission, our compensation plan, and our binary system is planned like this, that even if nobody enters tomorrow in our network, the existing people will get their money, because we are feeding definitely everything out of the network, and we have none of those commissions like this really hard residual incomes. So everybody has residual incomes, but it makes no sense if it does not exist a lifetime. Residual income makes sense when you are old, when you retire, but if you don't reach that time, so you can take the residual income and put it into the waste box, you know what I mean? So it makes no sense. So we have nothing, we have a little bit something like this, but it's even fed out of the system. So we are no snowball, and this is quite unique on the market at the moment. And we are very transparent, because we are selling a real product. We are selling hash power. And this is a service. Hash power is a service. That means we provide no potential or something. So something like, if we do this and that, and we build up a big network, then we will be all rich, or whatever it is. So you know that vision selling. Of course, we have a vision, but this is nothing we would approach at the moment, because I can tell you everything from my very blue eyes. But at the end of the day, it needs to be substantial. And this is what it is. Here we have the hash power. This is your pay for the hash power. This is what you get. That's it. And you can earn, of course, commission because you refer other people into the network. But that's it. It's very easy, and we don't need any further permits in Europe, even not nearly in the whole world, because we are really selling something like a good. It's like selling a Coca-Cola can or something like this. It's not restricted. And this is another legal term, because we are not doing investment. People cannot lose money because they are buying hash power. They get every day their payouts. And if you can talk from a ROI, from a return of invest, it's not an investment, but everybody is asking us, if you, for example, mine with Bitcoin, I think we have a return of invest at the moment with the today market price at 11 months and 20 days. That means...
Yeah, I calculated. It's correct. Yeah.
It means that if you put in €5, for example, you get your €5 back after 1 year. That means in percentage, you have made 100%. And this is tremendously, this is huge, because people really need to rely on real business, or not on a scammy percentage of 5% per day, because this is not feasible. This is not feasible in the market. If it would be like this, the banks would do it, Warren Buffett would do it, but it's not like this. And 100% is huge per year. And this is the potential definitely of cryptocurrency. Not of us, it's cryptocurrency. So we are just providing the service, nothing else.
So you would say that the approximate return of invest of the mining packages is around 1 year, or can also be like a little bit more?
It can be more, definitely. So, of course, I've been talking now about the most profitable coin at the moment. This is Bitcoin, because obviously the price went up quite high. So normally it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday, it was between 12 and 14 months, the return of invest at Bitcoin. And at Ethereum, we are quite low, if you think, because then you have the return of invest after, I would say, 15 to 18 months. And people say, wow, this is quite long. No, it's not, because this means around 60 to 70% a year, and is even perfect. And remember, in other companies, you will stay 2 or 3 years, and then the mining ends. So maybe if you earn a little bit earlier more money, and you get your return of invest earlier, doesn't make sense, even if it's in the first month, because when it stops after 2 years, you can't earn so much money like with Omnia, because it's lifetime. And this is the point. This is the biggest point. So people really need to think about a little bit, not on short term, so on mid to long term, and then everything will be really cool.
Okay, so I have two last questions now. One question is, I have a lot of people that are also involved like in other mining companies with MLM, without MLM. And very often it is like this, that in the beginning, like the results are very good. And suddenly, I don't know, some hidden fees turn up or whatever. So the mining gets less profitable. What about those fees or hidden fees here in OMNIA?
Yeah, this is about, I talked about it earlier a little bit, is transparency. So we have no hidden fees. For example, it's called reinvest, or in the mining sector. So that means that we keep 50% away from the hash power to provide this lifetime mining, to buy new graphic cards for you, for example, chipsets, to repair rig, everything like this. And included in this is the electricity, the maintenance, everything. So you have to pay nothing else. We have no hidden fees. You will get lifetime your hash power, definitely the same hash power. And yeah, there's no, I would say, no surprises. And this is what it is. So everybody, even who is a non-lawyer, can read our terms and conditions, our allgemeine Geschäftsbedingungen in German. So because I think this is the part of transparency. So it's just a good business if we are all confident, and if we all earn, of course. So we need to earn, the people need to earn, and this is the point. So if everybody earns, I think we can have a lifetime, maybe a lifetime together, but a long-term relationship. This is what I wanted to say.
Okay, very good. And my last question would be, what is the future plans now? I mean, the company just started pre-launch not even 2 weeks ago. So what is going to be like the next near future steps for you? And like, where do you see the company on the long term?
Yeah, this is a good question, because obviously we have a strong partner or strong partners, because we will bring our own multi-wallet credit card, for example, at the end of August. So we will have the first MLM which will have a multi-wallet credit card. So that means you can load loads of cryptocurrencies on one credit card and fiat money, so you can spend your mining results directly at the gas station, or you can buy whatever chocolate with Litecoin, for example. It's crazy, isn't it? So this will be a short-term goal. Then we will have our own mining pool, definitely. There will be the OMNIA mining pool. And I think this is something that will happen to the end of this year maximum. This is the next goal. And I think we are now expanding. We are just 2 weeks on the market, so not even 2 weeks. We're expanding, but we're expanding to Asia at the moment, to South Korea, to Malaysia, to China, to India. And this is very huge, because we will grow, I think, very, very fast. And our keen goal is definitely to, I would say, to maximum end of the next year, maximum 1 billion of turnover.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a word, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this mining pool that you said, so you're going to have your own mining pool. It will be listed, yes?
Of course.
Okay, so everyone can see like how many blocks you hit, how much of the total Bitcoin volume you're mining, and so on.
That's it. And this is the part where people asked us why you don't have something like residual, how's it called? Residual income. So,
residual, yes.
Yeah, residual income. And they say, yeah, can't you do it into your compensation plan? And we say, no, it's not possible, because this is a risk of calculation in our marketing plan. So we will not do it, because this is harming the company. But with the own mining pool, you can, of course, connect the network to the results of the mining pool. So this is something, when the network is feeding the mining pool, everybody can benefit, of course, on the results of the mining pool. And this is related on how much win there is, of course, and how much results. So the more results, the more you get. If there are less results, you don't get anything. So this is what it is. And I think this is a quite fair calculation. And this is something what can be a real big benefit for the network. And then in residual income.
Okay, so for now, I think we're done. And thank you for your transparent and open answers. And yeah, I think we're looking forward to a long-term relationship with you. And if there is any further questions, the people can then come directly to me, and I may answer their questions.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Bernd, for having me here. And you're a really big leader, definitely. I appreciate everything. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.